everybody, it's another week of SR Synth Weekly, and this week I'm going to do a little something different. I'm actually going to name this one because, I don't know, it just kind of gives me a little, kind of like it all seems to coalesce with one. All the songs this week just seem to mesh together. I'm calling it the Miami Romance. Reason I say that, because it just, you'll see in a little bit with all the groups here, but it just seems like that kind of feel, you know. So let's just dive right in. So first of all, we have Soundengine out of Los Angeles. They're a synthwave group. I'm gonna call it a little bit more synthwave industrial, because he describes himself, you know, as I'm not even gonna try to say his last name because I'm gonna screw it up. So his name's Ben. The song is called New Light, and he calls it inspired by everything he's heard musically up to the point of the early 2000s. He kind of brands himself kind of like sounds like 9 Inch Nails. I agree with that, especially you will hear that in this song. So I'm not going to dispute that at all. So I mean, you know, it's 9 Inch Nail-y, you know, kind of like that whole feel. But as usual, as you know, I like to put my 2 cents in on what it feels like, you know, visually. This is more, I'm going to call this one intro to a romantic horror. And what that means is it starts out slow and you get your, you know, you kind of get your happy spots in there, but then it kind of gets back into the kind of like just mono, you know, intro to a horror type movie. This is like the villain, it's like the villain's kind of transitioning from, you know, he's evil, but he has a romantic interest, and he's trying to show the love, you know, the transition between him being evil, but also wanting love. So it kind of gives me that feel. Second kind of thing, also kind of gives me that feel of like a game transition, of a kind of like a heavy horror game. But check it out. It's called New Light, and just let me know what you think about it. So here it is. It's a Soundengine New Light. I mean, that'll give you that Nine Inch Nail feel, doesn't it? So, but I mean, let me know what you think. I mean, that was my feeling, you know, kind of like that, kind of like lovers horror kind of thing with it, you know, the villain, you know, I'm not gonna say vampire because there's a lot of other things can do that, but he has a love, but he can't have it because he's evil. So, let me know what you think. Next up, I have the Affirmation, and I can actually say that one. So, they're based out of Buenos Aires, Argentina, and the song is called Slow Motion. The writer put in there instrumental dreamy track written and produced by Pablo Cordes. I hope I said that right. It's kind of it's a dreamy track. I'm gonna go to love song. Kind of like a romantic end scene between two lovers. You know, they finally get together. Like I said, this is kind of like that Miami romance kind of thing. But it kind of gives me that love and, you know, lover walked in after the scene is over, after climax, and they're walking in and meeting each other at the finally after it. Or it's like the end scenes where you see the lover and the two lovers, you know, going off in the sunset. That's kind of the feel I get on this. And I wish I could read what else I wrote on it, but I can't. No, the love interest kind of walks into the bar for the first time too. That kind of gives me that feel. But that's just kind of what you know, it kind of gives me that whole romance movie, action film, you know, with a romantic interest. So that's kind of where I want to feel at. Check it out. It's again, it's the Affirmation, and it's called Slow Motion. like I said, it kind of gives me that romantic feel, you know, kind of like, you know, the lovers reconnecting. I'm not going to say much more about that because the next song kind of goes in the same setup. This is OM. I'm going to screw this up, so bear with me here a second. It's either 0M53 or OM-53. You'll see down below in the description, and you can pretty much take a guess on what it is. They're out of Jersey, and the song is called Scars. Their description, let me read that first. It's a song about finding hope in a broken, fallen world. Yes, that works perfectly, but, you know, like I do more visually. I'm going to go a little farther with that. Like the last song, it kind of gives me that lovers reconnecting, but this kind of goes on a little bit further because of the great vocals in it. This thing has some great vocals, and it kind of works for what I'm about to say. This is more of a, you know, lovers reconnecting at the end of the movie. And what I mean by that is like, you know, after the main fight, the lovers, you know, finally connect. You know, he's coming up and it's like, you're late, or we're finally together kind of deal. And then they go off and, you know, it kind of fades out into the end credit scene. That's how I feel about it, because it's like that's where that would be perfect in the movie, because it kind of gives you that finality of, you know, they're finally together, the beautiful vocals go off, and, you know, and you can just be happy, you know, just be set with it that you know that they're together. That's where I come out with that one. So let me know what you think. Like I said, this is kind of more like a romantic kind of deal today. So hey, so let me know what you think. I love the vocals myself. So here it is. It's OM-53, and it's called Scars.
Hold on to
I know I said that a lot. I mean, like I said, this is a romantic kind of feeling. I don't know how it worked out like that, but it works perfectly today. But I mean, like I said, it gives me that romance feel, and the vocals are awesome on it. So it just works as an outro, kind of like the outro finale feel. So let me know what you think. As always, let me know what you think about it down in the comments below. Next up, we're gonna go right through with another one. The group is called Honeybeard, and the song is called Reverie. I'm glad that they've actually said it in the song, so I could pronounce it. This is, and I love the description because this can't be any better description that they gave me. This is an 80s retro love song playing in the background of a John Hughes film. Now, if you don't know who John Hughes is, John Hughes did the Breakfast Club, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, 16 Candles. This song, you just put it anywhere in those three movies, and you've got it. The vocals, this is a great vocal love song. It just kind of gives you that whole. You can basically just look at any scene in those movies I just put in there, and you can just picture it. You can just put the song in any scenes, any good scenes in the thing. Especially ones like my visually, it's the finding out who you really love. Like the main character was going after one person, and while this other person is, just there with them the whole time, and then, they finally come to that point where the person who was trying to find this person finally realizes that the true love he has is the other person that's been helping them. So that's the feeling I get, and there's no better description than the John Hughes film, because that's exactly what I was thinking. That whole reconnecting or finding out who your true love is, and boom. I mean, the song is, the whole voice is there, and it just works perfectly for that. So check it out. It is Honeybeard, and it's called Reverie.
As I watch you slumber in the morning light, what day is this? And you know I love her all the way down in the abyss. And you know the light will shine all the way down, and you know the time will come. So hold me now.
like I said, doesn't that kind of, I mean, you could just put that into Ferris Bueller's Breakfast Club, Sixteen Candles, and it works. I mean, it just gives you that whole vibe. Actually, the last three songs you can put in any three of those movies and it works. But the vocals are awesome, and just, it just works for a John Hughes movie. Let me know what you think, and let me know what other movies you think that these would work into. So, anyway, next up we have FromNostalgia. If you follow on social media, they have their own Spotify playlist that you need to check out too. This song, they're out of France, and this song is called Fitness Friday. Let me explain why the name of the song and from his description. It's called Part of My Week 80 album. One song for each day of the week. This is something I am not familiar with. He's not familiar with indoor sports. That's what he's saying. It's kind of like a Rocky K2000 and TV advertisement for indoor sports. I'm not going to put it that shallow, and I say shallow because it just kind of gives you that. It's kind of a little bit that I can expand on, because there's a lot more. He's giving himself way too little credit for what can be used for it. He's talking about more indoor sports thing. Yes, that works, but I'm going to go a little farther. I'm going to go to the mid 80s fight movie title sequence. Kind of like that, fighting fighting in space kind of deal. It just gives me that feeling, and like in a fight scene where the hero walks in for the first fight, and you first see him, and he's about to, kick everybody, knock everybody out and kick their butt. So that's kind of what I feel like on that one. I mean, because you could just throw that in a movie, and it's like, all right, we're ready to fight now. I mean, it kind of gives things more of that. If you want to go with the sports theme on it too, I mean, it also gives me that, I'm gonna say rollerball kind of type, or kind of movie like that, where the hero team walks in and they're about to start the game, and you're panning around to all the players and they're all intense. That kind of gives me that. Also, it kind of gives me, like I said, I'm going to expand on it. It also gives me game level music. And what I mean by that, I mean the way the whole song progresses and kind of gives you that whole feel. I want to say like Mega Man 2, Mega Man 3 type game music, where it progresses, and as you progress through the level. And it kind of gives me that feel. I was thinking about that the other night when I was looking at it. So let me know what you think. This is FromNostalgia, and the song is called Fitness Friday. So let me know what you think, and just, like I said, check out the rest. like I said, I mean, you could put that in all that stuff. I mean, he can put it in indoor sports advertisement, and I say fight movies. It kind of works because it's still a sporty theme. So check out the rest of check it out his rest stuff. Check out his playlists on Spotify. They're awesome. I'm being biased because I'm on it. Anyway, like I said, check out FromNostalgia. Next up is Neon Asteroid. They're out of Sweden, and the song is called Inner City Chase. Not much of a description on this one, but I have a few ideas that I put in. This is one of your driving songs that you see in the movies. Excuse me while I do this. You know, like you have the movies with a driving song. The cop is, you know, driving along. You know, that kind of feel, like I've said in other aspects. I also call it like an entering a club scene with the with like the lost love that you haven't seen in a while, or broke up and you didn't end on good terms, but you still care about each other, and you see them after a long time and they just happen to be working in the club and you reconnect. That kind of gives me that feel. Also, this one, because I was watching, forgot what movie I was watching, it kind of gives me that the protagonist of the movie is walking. You know, you just see them walking along the beach, you know, walking on a sidewalk, and they're just thinking about everything. You know, those kind of scenes where you see them just walking and thinking about everything that's happened. You know, depending on whatever genre it is, you think about the love, think about anything, and it just kind of gives you that feel. That's what I think. Like I said, check it out. It's Neon Asteroid, and the It's Neon Asteroid, and the song is called Inner City Chase. Sorry. So what do you think? That's my view on the Neon Asteroid song. You know, the kind of like connection, loving, you know, lost in thought kind of deal, or driving. Let me know what you think, because I want to know. I'm getting a few, but I would just love to know, you know, because we all watch movies and we all watch the nostalgia movies. So just let me know what you think. You know, what you feel. Anyway, last up for today is pretty awesome guy. The group is called DXO. They're out of, I'm gonna screw this up, and I know I will. It's Medellin, Colombia, which is cool because I got my first Colombian. And the song is called "Soft Dance." Not much of a description, but he said when we talked that it was one of his best songs, and I'm not gonna say it's not one of his best because I've listened to a bunch of them. And they're all great. So so we can say it's one of his best, but I think they're all good. The song is called "Soft Dance," and I actually got a little bit more out of that than just, you know. It kind of gives me that sci-fi fantasy movie intro, you know, kind of spacey movie intro, kind of like Star Crystal beginning. I don't know if you've ever seen that. It's space meets fantasy kind of feel, and what I mean by that, I can't pull up a movie, but it's like, you know, where the people are out in space and they have like magic, and that's the best way to describe it. It's like it's also kind of like you know, like when they're in the spaceship, you know, and they're entering the vortex, and they come out into like a new galaxy that's never been seen before. Not crazy, kind of like, you know, where dinosaurs are in, but like, you know, where they enter one like a wormhole and they come out, and like this whole grand new system is suddenly there. That's kind of what I feel. I couldn't put the movie together. I had the movie in my head and I searched for it, but I can't remember. It was in the 1983 movie. I remember the year. And it's where the main protagonist, and I can't even remember the actor. That's how bad my memory is, but I can remember the scene. It's where they all get shot through a vortex and they all come out the other side. It's actually you know, that whole scene. I was picturing this song through that scene as they're whisking out, and as the song grows and they come out, and it's like a whole new galaxy and the scene is what they do is they'll go through and the whole galaxy comes through, and you know, all of a sudden it's a completely different galaxy. The sun and everything had like 3 suns going, and all the planets were like utopian societies. It was kind of like a horror sci-fi though, so I mean, it looked utopian, but it wasn't. That's kind of what the feeling I had on this song. So it's kind of, like I said, it's kind of hard for me to remember what that song was, but that's what I felt. So check it out. It's DXO, and it's called "Soft Dance."
For launch in 3, 2, 1.
So what'd you think? That's what I felt about it. Let me know what you think in the comments. Like I said, it gives me the kind of like that coming out into a new world kind of deal. That'll be it for this week. I don't have too much to say extra to this week. Like I said, I appreciate everybody's love and everybody's views on this. And to answer one quick question I did get this week, yes, I'm trying to get more and more out, but and some other additional videos coming. It's just time is kind of at the, I do this at 7 o'clock in the morning to 8 o'clock in the morning, and on my days before I go to work. So that's kind of like, that's kind of where I am. I'm trying to get more and more going, but I just need more time. So that's the answer to that question. I do appreciate everybody who's sending me your stuff. Keep sending me your music. If you haven't sent music before, just fill out the form below. I'm going to actually go, like I said on the last video, I'm going to be expanding. And if you don't think, like I've gotten a bunch of questions. It's like my song may not fit your show. Okay, can I put it into a movie? Can it be kind of played like a playlist? And are you kind of a unsigned artist looking for a showcase? If you can answer yes to any of those, send it to me. I don't care. It's called SR Synth Weekly. Most everything has synth in it now, somewhere. So send me your music. It doesn't really matter. I mean, if it kind of nostalgic or all the way up to now, to kind of like the poppy feel, I don't care. Just send it. If you're unsure, send it. So anyway, I appreciate everybody. I appreciate the retweets and the helping me try to get this show going more and more. I'm going to be trying to get some more help to get more viewers, and I could use everybody's help. So again, I appreciate it, and I'll see everybody next week, and hope everybody has a great week this week. Later.